I don't know why.
There we go. All right. Well, hello everybody. My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. You can call me a turtle. Thanks for coming over. Everybody that just came for the first time from Bardwell, thanks for hanging out. I try to keep this stream pretty loose, but I'm starting to kind of get a little bit of a flow here and doing some things every stream. So let me get the housekeeping nonsense out of the way. Ciotti FPV on Instagram, Facebook, and here on YouTube. Subscribe, and then the little bell icon thing, which is actually kind of nice, I realized recently with live streams, because it'll ding you when you get on your phone or whatever when the live stream goes. So, yeah, there's that. And then I'll sell some insurance here. My Patreon is down below in the description. $3 gets you in the door. I use it as a big kind of message board to drop all my deepest, darkest FPV thoughts. I've got some tuning guides up there, unreleased videos like rough cuts and stuff like that. And very soon here, we're going to start doing different... So, Bot Grinder kind of inspired me to use the tiers. Previously, the tiers were just... If you want to give $5, give $5. You want to give $10, give $10. But on Black Friday, there were some really good deals, and I was kind of able to stock up on some stuff for not a ton of money. So I've got a bunch of stuff coming. I've got some stuff here that we're just going to screw around with tonight. Billy Supercell had suggested doing, I don't know, what's the paid thing on here called? Super Chat? Yeah, Super Chat. He recommended doing Super Chat giveaways, so we're going to try that. I have a couple simpler, kind of lower budget things. So we'll try that, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. What the hell? Okay, I'm going to jump right into it. We talked about the giveaways. First thing I want to hit is a buddy of mine, Ben, who just started flying Tiny Whoops. You know what? Let me wait for Ben to get in the chat. I haven't seen him post in the chat yet, but we're going to spec him out a build. He's got 2 Tiny Whoops, and he messaged me the other day and said, hey, Ciotti, I want to start flying outside. Where am I going to go? So I'm going to set him up with a 3-inch build based around this frame, which is the CB3. This is the best micro frame that I've been able to find in the past 2.5 years. So he's got that frame on order. And then, yeah, we're just going to go over all of the parts and pieces that, for me, in my opinion, are the best suited for that type of a build. If you don't know, I fly freestyle primarily, no racing ever, and I fly both micros and 5-inch rigs. So basically, I try to build micros so that they feel as much like the 5-inch rigs as possible, because, I mean, 5-inch rigs are just as close to perfect as I think we're going to get. I mean, they just eat all the prop wash. They do all the things right. So I build 3-inch rigs that are a little bit heavier than a lot heavier than the toothpick builds, but lighter than the Acrobrat or the Japalora, or Flynoceros has a 3-inch frame coming out that's very, very heavy. So I kind of fall in the middle there, and I'm in a really good spot where the rigs are very durable. They can carry the Tarsier V2 and possibly the Runcam Hybrid. I have to get one here. I gotta just bite the bullet and spend the $100. But yeah, and they'll carry them all day long. If you smacked one into a person, it hurt like hell. Probably cut the shit out of them. If you bang one into a car, I really don't think it's going to go through the windshield and kill someone, which God knows if 5-inch rigs could possibly do. 600 grams is a lot of weight. So yeah, sub 250 gram rigs. Somebody just Steve-O just mentioned are kind of where it's at for me. In all honesty, I actually fly 5-inch a lot more than micro, mainly because I just continue to sort of develop my micro rigs. So they're apart, they're together. They're apart, they're together. Doc Murdoch's asking who sells the CB3. It's Rotorius. It's not on their website though, because I've been working with them for a long, long time on basically what is going to be version 4 of this rig, which is not ready yet. I don't know when it's going to be ready. Do not wait for that. If you want one, go to the Rotorius FPV Underground is the name of the Facebook group, and just throw a post up. Hey, I need to buy a CB3. What do I do? Somebody will reply with the guy's name who you want to message, and I'll hook you up. So there you go. That's that. Let's do a quick pilot spotlight. Actually, let's hit the comments real quick. I screwed up, and I waited too long to read everybody's name. So I'm just going to blast through these as quick as I can. I'm going to miss some questions, but that's okay. Budget FPV was in here really early. He put Hype Train 1104s in his build, made it near perfect, very, very, very smooth motor with Avan Rush 2.5-inch props and 2S GNB 650s. That's awesome because those motors are really cheap right now on both Race Day Quads and Ready-Made RC. On Race Day Quads with the discount until midnight, I think they're like $5 a motor, and those are made by T-Motor, so those are like premium 1104s. Personally, I prefer 1104s on a 2-inch prop. Budget's running them on a 2.5-inch 3-blade prop, and he says he likes it. I have sort of impossible standards, I will absolutely admit. Again, I'm trying to build micros that fly perfect, and when I say perfect, I mean like a 5-inch. I'm trying to not say like a 5-inch so much and just replace that with the word perfect, because that's what we're going for, right? We want the micros to fly in a way that we don't have to think about the rig, we can just fly, and our brain just connects with it, and boom, away we go. So yeah, he dropped the weight, changing the motors down to 69.5. Wow, that's a really light rig. So that's why he's able to spin those props. Those 1104 motors probably don't necessarily have the authority to speed up and slow down those props because they're a little heavier, being 2.5-inch rather than 2. But it's going to make up for that by the rig being very, very light. It's a toothpick rig, I'm sure. So yeah, that's why they're working on there. But going to like a 12mm wide stator or even a 13mm wide stator tends to be able to control a 2.5-inch prop, a little bit better than the 11.0 whatevers. So there you go. We're off on a rant already. Budget asked me if I've tried the split. Does it have noticeable latency? The problem with the split is not latency, it's field of view. The HD sensor is this big, and the FPV view basically just crops in on that because FPV is not HD. So when it crops in on that, you get like 120, 130 field of view that for me is like impossible to fly through. On all my 5-inch rigs, I've got Micro Eagles with RC25G lenses, which are like 170 field of view. So dropping down to like 130, I can basically not fly. Other than that, the splits are great. They're absolutely flyable, especially if you're not used to really wide field of view. And the footage that comes out of them is pretty damn good. Nowadays, though, you should be going to either a Tarsier or a Runcam Hybrid. They are a lot, they're not that much more money, and they are a lot better. As I say that, I'm realizing that there are a lot of Runcam splits right now on clearance for like $50. $50 is a pretty damn good deal to get HD into a micro, and I don't know, maybe there'll be a giveaway with some HD stuff. You never know. The giveaways, as I'd mentioned, are going to be over on Patreon. I want to make sure I mention that. And they're going to be broken up. I totally forgot to mention this. They're going to be broken up on different tiers. $5 tier is going to be Whoop giveaway stuff. I'm not doing that quite yet because I don't really have any Whoop giveaway stuff yet, but I'll figure that out. The $10 and $20 tiers are going to be the ones that we're jumping into Monday of next week. And basically the way it's going to work is the $10 everybody on the $10 tier, they're entered in the micro giveaway, and I'll just random number generate and kick it out and ship it out. Away we go. The $20 tier is going to be all 5-inch related stuff. It is also going to be a little bit higher dollar figure stuff, but it is going to bounce around. There are going to be some giveaways that are a whole bunch of bags of props, but there's also going to be some really slick stuff coming, like real nice ESCs, and yeah, you guys will see. But I think it's going to be fun, and then I guess I have to make a tier for both, for people that want to be in both. So I don't know, I guess that'll be a $30 tier. I guess that'll enter in all three, and it'll be $5 off or whatever. So I don't know, we'll do it. This is my way of kind of having a recurring thing going that's kicking me in the ass all the time, and also it's a way to kind of split you guys up and make sure that if you're only flying micros, you only get micro gear. So we'll see how it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but I'm going to give some shit away to you guys for free, and that's going to be cool. So, what was the third thing? Budget also said 2 mounting holes is going to make a difference on the ground. Okay. Dive into the actual comments. Nabi is here. I'm just going to skip all the early comments, read off everybody's names like I always do, and then we'll jump into a quick pilot spotlight. If you have a burning question, at CIOTFPV, and then ask your question. That'll light it up in orange for me, or do a super chat if you're feeling generous, and I'll definitely make sure I get to those. So we've got Nabi, like I said, Budget is here, Steve-O, Engage, Corey Schroeder, Espionage FPV, Jacob Swearington, nah, that's not it, Swearingen, I wish it was Swearington, Prop Breaker FPV, Shaman 606, Jason Crabtree in the house. Jason Crabtree says, classy move. I agree, sir. Kyle K, Wrong Way FPV, Corey Schroeder, sorry, butchered it. It's Grumby, Eric FPV, Josh Walsh, Chris Pageant, Wicked Sticks FPV, Caesar FPV. Hold on, I'm waiting at Caesar. I realized the other day, a lot of people rewatch these streams that can't come right now, and the chat stays there. So, like, you guys are live. Like, people watch. The one live stream has, like, 800 plus views. So, like, you guys are in this with me. We're all together. So, you know, be as active as you want in the chat. It's all good. Kyle K, ZDK Root, it's Grumby again, Brian Chambers, Master Fu is here, Bandito FPV, Sabine Sorrell, Doc Murdoch, Grant Bramblings, E-Nuts is in the house, Eric FPV, that's a cool spelling. Is that the actual spelling, or are you, I don't know, I can't speak. I'll just read. Lowrider FPV, Wrong Way FPV, Caesar FPV, Mex FPV, Wrong Way again, Chris I is here, Melvin Masula, Engage FPV, Shaman 606, there's Doc Murdoch again. All right, I'm going fast. Josh Walsh, Daryl Hickman, Steve-O, Parts for Bent Toys, C, nice. Melvin again, G-Dub FPV, F-Print F, Espionage again, 661, Ben Watkins, David Nuss, Steve-O again. I think I'm starting to see all the repeats. Ben Watkins, Melvin, Corey Schroeder with a super chat. Thank you, brother. $5, really appreciate it. Soaking up what you're laying down. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I did. My wife and I visited my parents, who are on a road trip of the country in their RV in Tybee Island, which is right by Savannah, Georgia, down the beach. I spent a couple days there and then buzzed back here to be able to stream to the European folks yesterday at 3 o'clock. For anybody that doesn't know, Sunday I followed Bardwell again at 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock. He does 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock for the European audience. I try not to cover the same stuff between that and this, but there are some, like the giveaways that I just talked about. Of course, I'm going to talk about that on both, but there'll be like different pilot spotlights. There'll typically be a different build going on, and yeah. Really quick, I'm going to blast through the rest of these. Oh my god, Chris Dilks is here. What's up, Chris? It's a friend of mine from back up in New Jersey. Kyle K. Wow, that's hard to pronounce. Athix, that's pretty cool. Christopher Young, Ben Watkins, Marcos, Stacy Conley, Jersey Boy FPV, we're getting there. Michael Fulginti, there it is. Michael Fulginti, Jack Crisp, Cage Drummer, Oliver Bodwell. So close to Bardwell. You were so close, Oliver. Mongo is here. Melvin, Ed K661, Shaky. That's a cool name. Amen Ra, Alberto Zabala da Rosa. Wow, I got that one. Did you guys know about that? And the chat did the thing. Tiago is here. What's up, Tiago? Eric FPV. Stop typing so fast, guys. I'll never get to the bottom. Helicoptrosis. LED 101. Market Zero. Anythix. Athix. Damn it, I keep getting it wrong. Asking, is the Baby Hawk still worth flying? Athix. Which Baby Hawk? The OG Baby Hawk from 2 years ago that was white, or the newer gen Baby Hawk R with the smoked canopy and carbon fiber frame? The OG Baby Hawk was actually my first FPV rig. It had a plastic white frame. Nerd Dumb is here. Joseph Bejnarowitz. Nice. Got it on the second try. What now? Nerd Dumb, Bearing Down, Bluegrass Connection, Joe Graves, Michael Fungini, Mr. Sprinkles, Boots FPV, 661 Kyle, Bearded Scraggle, 661 Athix. OG Baby Hawk, Athix. Good on you. So here's the deal with the OG Baby Hawk. You want to find a carbon fiber frame that is big enough to clear 3-inch props. I believe that's... there's one on... Hit me on Facebook Messenger at Ciotti FPV. I will dig up the links to the parts that I used to make my Baby Hawk into basically a toothpick. It was a very lightweight, carbon fiber framed, big 3-inch bi-blade rig on 3S, and it was awesome. Once you get it built to that point, it's really, really good. In stock form, it's rough. The plastic frame sucks. The motors suck on 2S. You got to run them on 3S. That really strains the ESCs a lot. What else? Yeah, it's rough in stock form. I'm not going to lie. But if you're willing to go down the hole, you can make it a lot better. Or, quite frankly, I have a feeling you can maybe get it really cheap or something like that. If you can get it for 50, 60 bucks, yeah, maybe it's worth doing. I wouldn't pay any more than that. I don't even know if I would pay 50 or 60 because there's a lot of other options out for 100 bucks that are way better. So that's my thoughts on that. Let's do a little pilot spotlight here. Oh no, wait, I missed a couple questions. Hang on. Corey Schroeder, why didn't I see your message? Oh, because the chat did the stupid scrolling thing. Corey Schroeder, I'm sorry. Yeah, Schroeder. Sorry, I missed your super chat here. Thanks for the $5, much appreciated. Hey there, new to your channel. Currently removing throttle detents on my QX7S and listening in. Nice, Corey. Good. To everybody out there, one of the best things that you can do to continue to improve your flying is remove the goddamn detents from your throttle. I know you think that you're using it for a reason. The problem with it is there's about, let's say, 20 detents in the throttle, and there are, I want to say, 1,000 points of travel that are being sent to the flight controller on the throttle. So you're just, with those detents, you're just crippling your amount of sensitivity on the throttle, and throttle control is hugely important. Throttle control is one of the things that separates the good pilots from the great pilots. So get the detents off. What you want to then do is bring the smooth slider down, and what I do is I hold the radio up, and I will take the screw that controls that smooth detent, and I will tighten it up just to the point where the throttle stick won't fall down. So I'll hold the throttle stick up, let it go, and when there's no tension at all, there's no detent piece, and there's no smooth piece on it, the throttle will fall down from its own weight. Tighten it up a little bit, and then there'll be a point where you can let it go and it'll stick to the top, and then I'll usually just go a little bit tighter than that, and that's where I'll leave the throttle stick. One of the things that does, if the throttle stick is very smooth and loose, it will cut down on the amount of yaw that you accidentally put in when you slam the throttle up or down. Especially if you pinch, probably even if you thumb, your your thumb kind of wants to rotate like this, and that almost always adds yaw left. If you've ever wondered why when you do a power loop you're over this way or over that way, that's why. As you're going up, typically when you're looking at the sky, you're accidentally adding yaw in, and that's rotating the power loop and sending you off to the side. I actually have tightened my yaw springs a little bit to prevent that from happening even more. But yeah, awesome, Corey. Thanks for the $5. Get those detents off, and you're gonna love that QX7S, man. That's my favorite radio. All right, a couple other questions, and then we'll hit that pilot spotlight. We've got Ben Watkins. Last night you talked about doing tricks over and over and over to get the stick movement dialed in. Do you have some other good practice drills, not trick related, wanting to get more control? Ben Watkins, what you're asking for is just straight up stick time. Get in the simulator as often as you can. For about a year, I would not go to sleep without spending a half an hour in the simulator, because it was pretty easy to find a half an hour on any given night to plug in, boot it, and just sit there and just move the goddamn sticks around a zillion times. Yesterday on the European stream, I was talking about how eventually I kind of plateaued from just going out and flying and just getting stick time. When I plateaued, I decided, okay, let me actually try to do rudimentary stuff. When I learned to play drums, my first year or two, all I did was rudiments. Left, right, left, right, left, right, and speed up as fast as you can. Left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. Speed up as fast as you can. It builds the basics, and then you use all of those basics. It's just learning, right? It's why we go to school and learn science instead of learning how to do something specific within science, right? It's why we get taught math rather than being taught how to do our taxes. We're being taught how to do math so that we can figure out how to do our taxes on our own. Give a man a fish, teach a man to fish, that whole thing, right? Think of FPV in the exact same way. I've kind of like tried to boil everything down into basics, which is something that I did in motorsports as an instructor for many, many years. I would try to boil down things like a traction circle of a tire into just like super easy basic chunks where it's at points I would literally say, push your hand down. Okay, if I push your hand to the side, there's a point where it stops gripping, right? Your tires do the same thing. If you just break it down like that, you'll be amazed at how some things will kind of just clear up, because there's a lot of muddiness in the technical side of this, and but piloting, just calm it all down, break everything down into pieces, and you'll learn new stuff and get better. And again, yesterday we were just talking about doing drills. What I personally did is, if I went out with 6 batteries, I made the deal with myself. 2 of these batteries are just power loops, or just Matty flips, or just nose in orbits, or just regular orbits. So yeah, there will probably be a point where you have to hammer those things. I know it seems like it's not going to be that fun. It isn't that fun until you do a power loop that like skims the tree all the way around an inch off the the leaves, and then you go, holy shit, that was worth it. So yeah, at some point you got to do drills. It's more fun than you think. And then ZDK Root, what 6S packs do you like for 5-inch? Great question, ZDK Root. The reason that I didn't switch to 6S sooner is because the batteries were A, expensive, and B, not light enough. As soon as they started coming out with 1100 mAh batteries and 1050 mAh batteries, that's when I moved over to 6S. To be quite honest, they're still a little bit too heavy for me. The lightest 6S battery that will realistically work on a 5-inch rig that's 600 plus grams with big motors is 1050 mAh. Adrenaline has one that's very expensive. I'm sure it's awesome. Tattoo has an R line that's a lot less expensive. It's still an expensive battery. I scored 6 of them on a Black Friday deal for $20 a battery. There was one left. I forget what shop had it. It might have been Progressive RC, but I bet you if you go to Google and type in Tattoo R-Line 6S 1050 mAh and just hit all the results, you'll find it. There's one left. It's $20. I forget the discount code. But I'm really wanting 6S to come down to 1000 mAh in hopes that they'll get down to 160 grams. 160 grams is where I want to be on a battery. That puts me right at 600 grams all up for the builds that I fly, which are glide frames. They're about 100 grams. and then 30 by 30 ESC, 20 by 20 flight controller. I run a UFL circular polarized antenna from TrueRC. Their new Singularity line, very small, very light, very durable. And then 2306 motors, which are 31 grams each. They are F40 Pro 2s, which are discontinued. All the other 2306s that I've seen right now are 33 grams or so. So I'll probably end up switching to steel motors when these are all gone. I stockpiled as many of these bells as I could. So yeah, I'll probably go to steel motors. I'm worried about the bearings. There's some people complaining about the bearings, so I don't know. We'll see. Or maybe somebody else will come out with a lightweight 2306. That's what I would love. Somebody asked, why is 5S better than 6S? Jason Peters asked that. It's less. 5S is less efficient, but there are batteries that are lighter. Pyrodrone has I forget the mAh of it, but they've got a battery that's 160 grams, I believe, which is 5S. So in that specific situation, 5S is better, maybe. I still think 6S is better because there's just an unbelievable efficiency increase. I didn't believe it, but it is real. I mean, like on 4S 1300s, which are roughly which are 10 grams lighter than 6S 1050s, I get a little bit less than 3 minutes. On these 6S batteries, I'm getting like tired of flying and just coming in. I'm getting like 5.5 minutes. It's crazy. I think I use full throttle a lot, and at full throttle is where 6S is going to have the biggest efficiency increase over 4S. So I think for the way that I fly, that's why I'm getting such a big jump in efficiency. So there you go. I think that answers your question. Let's do a pilot spotlight because this is going to give me a chance to go get a cough drop because I'm losing my voice. All right. Let's get it on. I am hung up on European pilots right now. Finky did a video from Steele's house last week or the week before, I guess, and it was a video all about the best pilots in Paris over in the EU that a lot of us don't know about. And I played one last night. Tonight we're going to do Manga FPV. Let's switch on over to our God damn you. This old tower is irritating me. I have a new laptop, but transferring everything from this old tower over to the laptop is proving to be a lot more time consuming than I thought. But my God, I cannot wait to get off of this. This is an 11-year-old Mac tower. It was like, I spent like $3,000 on it 11 years ago, and the reason I did that is so that I could run it for 11 years. But this is it. Like it is time to go. All right, now we got our left screen going. Let's pull Manga up here and let's really quickly do something else. Come on, system preferences. There it is. Hold on one more second, guys. This is annoying. Whew. Here we go. Hopefully that doesn't move all the wind. Mother. Well, that's my bad on that one. I did things in the wrong order. Okay. One more time here. This is also pretty much how it goes on the stream for any of the new folks. Plenty of technical nonsense. OBS is a pain in the ass. I'm getting it slowly but surely. Moving to the new computer will definitely help. What's up, lady? Oh, thank you. Look at that. Kristen heard me from the other room and brought me a cough drop. That is a good woman. All right. Here we go. This is Manga FPV. This dude is awesome. Kyle K, what do you mean no file sharing? Let's watch a couple of his videos. This is awesome. You guys will probably recognize this spot because it's kind of legendary from J. True and Blackbird. But let's do it. Let me pause it. I'm going to go full screen, shut off my mic, and yeah. you guys can enjoy an awesome new pilot that your boy just introduced you to. Or not. Hold on. I know there was no audio. Fixing it. I literally have to get ready for these streams like a half an hour before because of all this nonsense you have to do to trick OBS into working. Alright. That should do it. Yep, there it is. That'll do it. Alright.
And I'll wait for you, baby, you should know. I will follow you anywhere you go. And I'll face the sun and look into your soul. I will follow you anywhere you go. As the summer turns to cold, baby, when you go, baby, as the summer turns to cold, baby, as the summer turns to
Alright, so there's a move that I stole from Drew that I've been trying to do. So Drew does it very snappy and very technical and very precise, which is awesome. It looks great. It's where he inverts, he flies past an object, inverts, and then tracks it with yaw, and then snaps out to move, to continue moving forward. I've been trying to do it soft and smooth in the transfers, and he just did it. This is the best I've ever seen it. So I'm going to watch this 70 times and make sure I understand how he threw it. But let me show you guys what I'm talking about. I'll call it out. Oh, no, I didn't go back far enough. I think that's it right there. See how he followed it down? I've never seen anybody do it like that. That is so sick. I never thought to do that. So he's throwing it a little bit earlier than Drew and I are. And when you throw it earlier, you can wrap around as you come back down. That's super sick. One last time. Yeah, buddy. This dude is nuts, man. Manga. Here, let me drop the... I forgot to drop the link for you guys. Man. There you go. That's Manga's channel. Subscribe. Last night we were talking about, yesterday during the day I should say, we were talking about how, personally, I think it's, before I forget, my shirt. It's not a normal shirt. Look at the spelling. This is blowing a braking zone into a corner, Motorsportsville, and you're braking bad. If you lock them up, if you lock up the tires and slide into the dirt, you're braking bad. Yeah, so yesterday we were talking about how I really believe that watching other pilots that inspire you, to be honest, just watching other pilots does huge things for your sort of bag of tricks. Hold up, let me go here. You guys didn't lose video, did you? Yeah, so watching other pilots, you're going to pick up on all these little things that they do, and if one of them clicks with your brain and you think that you can work it into your style, that's awesome. Way back like 20 years ago, when there weren't forums and there wasn't Facebook, it was so hard to like grow in a hobby because you only had the people around you, right, that you could like bounce ideas off of. Whereas nowadays we can watch this guy in Paris shredding, and we can just, you know, kind of grow it and push it forward because we're watching other people and taking from their style. And so yeah, that's something I think is really important. Get subbed to a bunch of people and just watch a couple flight videos a night, and you know, do like I just did. If you see something cool, just sit there and rewind it a bunch of times and just picture it in your head. How the hell do I do that? And then the next time you go out and fly, you got a new trick in your bag. You can work on it and get it going good, and yeah, make shit happen. So let's do one more, because I'm a motorsports idiot, and this is a hell of a drift edit. For anybody that's getting sick of drift edits, you haven't flown a drift event yet, and you should. Well, as long as you're at a point skill level wise where you're fully comfortable, especially around objects, potentially objects that bleed, right? So just, you know, if you're been flying for 2 months, don't fly a drift event. Please don't fly a drift event. But if you feel like you might be able to not slam into the drift car, go and fly one of those. It is so goddamn fun. It is like the most interesting subject in the world. You become a flying camera, and that kind of opens your eyes to the cinematic side of things, and it's just unbelievably fun. I cannot stress enough how fun flying a drift event is, and once you've done it, you'll watch every single one of these drift edits because we haven't done it a lot, so every drift video I see, I pick up a little thing or two that pilot is doing a little bit different, and I try to eat that and steal it, right? So let's hit this drift edit real quick here, and yeah, we'll see what's what. Yeah, buddy. So there you guys go. Menga, sub to him, watch his stuff. It's really, really good. He's got a really cool style. He mixes, he does some of those reversals that I was freaking out about better than almost anybody I've seen. I think Schizo is maybe the best at those reversals that I've ever seen. But Menga is real good at him. I'm super jealous of that. I can't do reversals worth a shit. But yeah, really good pilot, really cool style, mix of poppy and smooth, and that's kind of exactly what I go for, so I really dig this guy. Yeah. All right, moving on. Let's go full screen again. Hey. Okay. What else am I doing? Where's my little notepad? What do I do with it? I guess we're working on a build. Is that what we're doing? Oh no, we're doing giveaways. Oh hey, let's do some giveaways. What do you guys think? Okay, so let's try this first. The first thing that we'll try, and I assume that I'm allowed to do this. Daryl, go. You mean me driving? I was drifting back before like digital video cameras and stuff like that. Back like 20 plus years ago when I was in high school and college. So I don't have any real footage of me drifting. I have a shitload of footage on my channel. If you dig all the way down past the FPV stuff of me rewinds, reversals, yeah, whatever you want to call them. I have a ton of videos of me screwing around in the street with my silly Mustang Cobra and autocrossing. I don't think I have any track day stuff up there. A lot of autocross stuff, a lot of mountain stuff with the Miata as well. So yeah, if you guys are into motorsports, go into my just scroll down. Go to my channel and just scroll down. You'll see I got a bunch of playlists for Miata Zimboon 4, Miata Zimboon 3, which is a big Miata event up in the Appalachian Mountains, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Let's try. So, Bot does this, so I think, no, not RC cars, real automobiles, Miatas. I assume this is okay because Bot does this. It's a super chat giveaway thing. So the super chats, I'll do a random number. Oh, I gotta get a random number generator up. The super chats that come in, I'll just number them 1 to whatever, and then I'll do the random thing, and then yeah, I just want to get it above $5 to cover the shipping on these first couple really simple ones. So let's do one for $1. We'll just try it out. We'll do it for $1, and it's a what is this? An XM? No, it's an XM Plus. It's an FR Sky XM Plus. So I'm gonna give you guys like 30 seconds to get a at least $1 in, and then somebody will get this silly little thing. This is actually a great receiver. I ran these for a long time. The diversity works really well, and I've actually heard that because this is on 4th wave rather than the 5th wave that the RXSRs are on, that it gets better range supposedly than the RXSR. So yeah, we're up to $2 from David Nuss, so we're $3 away from someone getting this amazing piece of kit. It's incredible. Double A asks, did I get my 2020 I.O. ticket yet? I did not. I probably will not go to I.O. next year. Kristen and I have... All right, we're there. Thanks, Bill. Kristen and I have a big trip planned for next year that, oh man, I'm so looking forward to. Oh, it's got to be American dollar. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Yeah. So we're there. I'm going to stop it there. We got David Nuss, you're number 1. Bill McCoy's number 2. Na-na-ma-ma-na-na. No, yeah, Corey. Existing super chats do count. Yeah, good idea. Perfect. But they only count... No, because I don't want you to burn your existing super chat on this. So tell me the existing super chats, tag at CiadiFPV, and see, this is good. We're figuring it all out. Tag CiadiFPV when you want to use that super chat on any of this stuff. So, okay, stop. All right, so I'm going to start at David. David is where this is going to start to make sure that that I'm only doing this for people that remotely want it. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. David Nuss, $1.99. Bill McCoy, $5. Thanks, Bill. That's awesome. I feel like I should just give it to Bill, but Nana Mama Nana with a Canadian dollar. That's totally fine. That works. Euro with $1. Cage Drummer with $1.99. I think that's Australian. That's probably a US dollar. Whatever. All right. Random number generator. I've never actually used one of these, and I've always wanted to, weirdly. But let's go here and let's do this. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 people max. Here we go. Whoop, there it is. Wow, that's unbelievably unsatisfying. I gotta find a better one than that. Jesus. But Mama Nanana won the XM Plus. Mana Mana. Sorry. Mana Mana. Hit me on Facebook. Oh, I also have to figure this out. Hit me on Facebook Messenger at CiottiFPV. Send me what you won and your address, and I'll get it out to you. European addresses, I'm gonna do these giveaways on Monday nights because this is more of the U.S. side. I would love to not have to ship a ton of stuff to Europe, but if you guys are abroad, I'll do my best. Yeah, good job, Mana. You got you an FR Sky receiver. So I'll put this over here, I guess, and let's do. Oh, this is a funny one. Okay, story time. First set of motors I bought for my Acrobrat prototype that Tommy sent me was these RCX 1407s. Let's go back to full screen and let's get the focus really close. Oh, the focus has been off this whole time. So these little guys here, RCX 1407 4100 kV. It was the size that I wanted. It was the kV that I wanted. I got them, and so RCX has a line of motors that are red on the bottom. Oh, let me refocus. There we go. RCX has a line of motors that are red on the bottom. That's their racing motors. I didn't know that. This is a racing motor. It is very, very notchy. You can probably even hear it. Ready? I'll spin it above the microphone. That's that crazy notchiness. So I put it on the Acrobrat, and it was just too notchy for a half-decent PID tune. Right before I took them off, one of these blew a plume of smoke. And that's this one that's taped red. The problem is, they discontinued this motor, and they made a new version of it, and they changed the kV. So either, I don't remember which kV that is, but if that's a lower kV, these are going to drop, the PID loop will automatically drop the kV down on these. If they're a higher kV, that higher kV is going to come down to these guys' kV. In case you didn't know, you can put totally mismatched motors. The motor with the lowest kV is what all of those motors become because the error correction, the PID loop, figures it out and only sends X amount of power to Y motor. So I'm going to use all the people that already donated for this guy, because I guess we're already over. Yeah, we're already over the next $5, and these are somewhat worthless because you're gonna have to do an order from MyRC Mart to get a matching motor, or just take any motor and slam it on here. But there's 3 of them. There's this one that let out a plume of smoke. I assume it's bad. I desoldered it and pulled it off at that point, so I guess there's a chance it's not bad, but yeah, it smoked. And there's an extra bell, and there's even actually 3 extra bearings in here. So anybody that didn't do $1 or whatever for the previous one, if you have any interest in these, you got 30 or so seconds. I'm doing 30 or so seconds because that's the delay typically. So hurry up if you have any interest in these RCX mega power, very notchy race motors. If not, somebody that probably doesn't want them. 1407 they are. It's only 3 of them though. If not, somebody that probably doesn't want them will get them. I'll also throw in these HQ 4-blade 3-inch props to soften the blow of the motors not being only getting 3 of the damn things. You know what? If somebody wanted to rewind them, they could fix this one. It might be an interesting project. Nobody wants it. These, I didn't think anybody would want these. But if you do, put your $1 in. Matter of fact, if anybody wants these, message me on Facebook and just give me $5 for the shipping, and I'll send them to you. So there you guys go. Probably 50 or so people that are in here. If you want this, message me on Facebook, because I don't want to send these to somebody that doesn't want them. CiottiFPV on Facebook. Yeah, send me a message. You got to cover shipping. It's probably going to be $5, and I'll send them to you. Next, we have something actually valuable. It is a whole bunch of HQ. Corey. Corey gets $1 in. Corey, if you want them, I'll give them to you. Message me. It's yours if you want it. These are HQ 5.1, so it's the new blade profile. 5.1 by 3.1 by 3. As you can see, it has 3 blades. Hold on. Facebook name is CIODFPV, same as on here. So yeah, these are the Popo version of Steele's motors. And what's really interesting about that, the reason why Steele, you don't get this 550 cord though. I'm going to take them off of here. You don't get the reason why Steele went to a thinner hub was to save weight on his props. But in doing so, in going to a thinner hub, they're not, none of Steele's props are compatible with Popo. These are. This is the Popo compatible version of Steele's S1 prop. It's the same pitch, it's the same size, it's the same blade profile, and it's actually more durable. These are a really durable prop. And yeah, so we'll do the thing on these. There's a whole bunch of them here, and then there's a couple here, and you even get, look at this, you even get, I'm a lunatic, and at one point I ordered a set of these just to get the bag. So you even get a bag that's got the proper 5.1 by 3.1. So there you go. Get your, we'll do $1 too, whatever. Get your dollar votes in. I don't know what it is. Giveaway, whatever. Things in. And yeah, we'll do the thing. So I'll give you guys 30 seconds. I'll spoil the surprise and tell you that coming up there are some more 5-inch props and some more 3-inch motors. So hurry up, pay $1. If you already did a thing, tell me if you're interested in them. But like I said, there's two other things coming up after this. Parts for Bent Toys is the only one so far. He's at $3. Maybe it'll only cost $3, but I'll give you guys like 10 more seconds. Anybody who's in, all right, Phantom FPV did it. I'll give another couple seconds. We're over $5. Awesome. Thanks, guys. These are cool props. They're interesting because they're just like S1s in that the top of the throttle does nothing. But my God, the throttle control is unbelievable on these. And they're very efficient because they don't make a lot of thrust. So get it. Shutting it down. Parts for Bent Toys, Phantom FPV, and Josh Walsh are the 3. Let's go back over here and hold on. Let's try to find a more interesting one. No, that's not interesting. There's got to be a good one. If somebody knows of a good one, do at CIODFPV in the chat thing there, and I'll make you a mod, and then you can post the link, and then I'll unmod you. Okay, what do we have? 3? All right, 3 people, max of 3. Here comes the least interesting number generation ever. Oh, that's a little bit more interesting. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 3. The lowest one. Josh Walsh played it right. There you go, Josh. You get all these HQ props. Same deal. Hit me. Oh, he has a wheel. Oh, that's a cool idea. Oh, we gotta make a wheel, guys. That's cool. I dig that. Yeah, CIODFPV on Facebook. Send me your info, and I'll send them to you, and you'll get some stuff. Corey, cool. Thank you. Making Corey a mod so he can post it. All right, you're a mod, Corey. There's probably a big delay. Next, we're going to... I know I've seen other streamers use random number generators. They're a lot more interesting than this. I don't know if I necessarily want a big-ass wheel in here. Oh, it's your first time, Josh? Awesome. Well, I'm glad, man. All right, this is what we got next. 4 perfectly working motors for a change. These are actually 1408s. Again, they are... not again. Oh, an electric wheel. Oh, yeah, that's what I need. Yeah. An electric wheel. Awesome. I don't know why I went directly to a physical wheel. All right. These guys are not super notchy, which is really interesting. And funny story behind these. These used to be... Marcos, you want to use yours for this? Okay, cool. So, Marcos, you're into it. Do me a favor, though, Marcos. Repost that when I say, like, hey, everybody put your in. So I don't... I'm afraid it's going to scroll off the top of the screen. These are 1408, 3600 kV. Zero Caution, Wes, was running these for a long time on his Acrobrat, and he was able to get a good tune on it. So that tells me that these are smooth enough, and when you spin them in your hand, you can feel it. They are smooth enough to get a good tune on a 3-inch rig. If you're interested, minimum of $1, get your bids in or whatever they are. What else can I tell you about this? The mounting pattern on the bottom, I believe, is 12 by 12. Is it diagonal that they measure it? Can't believe I don't know that. Yeah, it's diagonal. So yeah, they are 12 by 12 mounting. And yeah, 2mm motor shaft, big old magnets, wheeldecide.com. Thanks, Corey. I am unmodding you because I have too many mods already. Cool. We'll do that for this one. Oh, look at that. That's cool. How do I... All right, so I want to modify it. Oh, look at this. Choices. Can I just do... Oh, I can. Look at this. Oh, yeah. 4, 5... Oh, wait, I can put your guys' names into this. Oh. Okay. All right, here we go. We're doing it now. This is cutting edge technology here. All right, so Marcos was first. And then we've got Chris. Chris, I got a link. Nice. Thanks, dude. Chris, send it to me on Facebook. David, you're second. And then we've got Mana. Wait, Mana has the best avatar of the night. I forget which Muppet that is, but all the Muppets are fantastic. Then we got at Market. I'll just do Market. And then we've got Josh. And we've got, oh man, you guys are coming in hot. YUROEH. And then we've got Espionage. I'm going to close it when I'm done typing. You guys better hurry. I'm just going to... Espionage. We've got a different Josh. This is Josh G. I should be using last initials. We've got Static. We've got Bill. We've got Parts. And that's it. We're going to call it there. Apply wheel changes. Let's see what that does. Hopefully it does something good. Yeah, look at that. All right, so we're going to click to spin, I guess. Ah! That's awesome. Oh, Thomas, too late. I'll get you on the next one. There you go. Espionage for the win. Espionage, are you the one that said you wanted motors? Ah, damn. I was pulling for you, Static, because you said I need motors. But Espionage got you. Good job. Another $1 one. Espionage is ripping it. All right, so Private, you and Thomas are going to go into the next one. So I guess what do? Just modify the wheel. Espionage, hit me on Facebook, Ciotti FPV, and send me your info. Also, everybody that's going to send me their info on Facebook, make sure you tell me what you won, because I won't remember, and I'm not going to go back and watch this this video. Private, I just read Private on. He just got here, but everyone else is doing it. Awesome. So there you go. I'm gonna put these back in the bag for you, and look what Wes did Here. I was trying to understand this. Why Wes did this. I don't understand why he did shrink wrap just there, because I know for a fact that the Acrobat motors are farther than that away from the ESC. So I think maybe he cut the shrink wrap too short, but whatever. If you put it on a smaller frame than the Acrobat, the shrink wrap will be proper for you. All right, cool. So we got them done. Last one for the night is a big old bag of Dal 5046s. There's some clear ones in there, and then there's my colors, red and purple. If I had to guess, there's probably 4 sets maybe in here. And what's cool about 5046s is these 5 sets will last for the rest of your life. These are the most durable props. It's almost like a joke. Ledrib ran these for years because of how durable they are, and I had to give them a try. The problem with them is they're heavy as hell. So you probably want like a 23.0 something or a 24.0 something to really turn these. If you're on a 22 size motor, you're probably going to want to go up to like a 2208 maybe to really turn these comfortably. But yeah, man, these are awesome props. Now they have a 5047 with a newer blade profile, but these are the OGs, man. These are awesome. So get your dollar bids in. Thomas and Private, I'm going to enter you guys twice because you came in late on that previous one. So yeah, let's do that. We're going to go... this is kind of perfect because when you guys are doing the bidding thing, because of the delay, I can type your names in, and you can watch me horribly mangle the spelling because trying to type a name and say words other than that name at the same time is very difficult. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Typing. I wanted to change scenes, though. Corey's going to use his. Awesome. All right, so we got... I'm going to put you in 5 times then, Corey. No, I'm not going to do that. I am going to hook Private and Thomas up, though. Marcos is in. No, you know what? I can't. It's not fair if I do that. And both of you guys said you don't know what's going on, but you just sent money. So you're getting looped in on this one. I'm not going to add you in twice because I'm just realizing that wouldn't be fair for the rest of the guys. So we got Thomas. We're figuring it out. We're figuring it out as we go here, guys. We got Private. And I can even mess with you guys and type in like funny versions of your names in here. Then we've got, who's using theirs? Corey is using yours. Who was that other? No, I'm not going to just blanket give it to all the previous chats because I don't know if that person wants the stuff. Corey, and then we got Marcos. Man, Marcos is getting in on all of them. Marcos is getting something tonight, god damn it. And then we got Parts 4. Give you another couple seconds here as I delete the rest of these. There's a button to just clear choices. Look at that. Okay. Well, now I know. Oh, or I can just click these. Okay. Figuring it out, man. We're getting there. All right. Another couple seconds. How the heck do you send money? Bluegrass Connection? I'm not good at that. Type it into Google. It'll tell you. Bill got in at the last second here. It's called Super Chat Bluegrass. What? I should actually know this, right? I should know how to do the thing that I'm asking other people to do. I see Mark just got in. This is good. This will give you guys another couple seconds. How do you do it? How do you do the Super Chat thing? Who's got a live stream going on right now? What if I just type in live? Live now. Here we go. Oh God, no. Oh, they don't have Super Chat set up. I don't know how to do it. Can you guys help them? What a fucking mess. How do I do super chats? All right. Corey's helping you out. Thanks, guys. Oh, this doesn't even help. This is how I would set it up. Whatever. You guys are helping him out. Thank you. It's part of Google Pay. Espionage says. Very cool. Let's do it. I think I got everybody in. Mark. Private said he's going to give it to Nabi. Here we go. Let's spin the wheel of doom. Remove this last one. Apply wheel changes. And we're doing it. It's Bill. Bill getting in at the last second and winning himself some props. Congrats, Bill. I see you guys. Awesome. Thank you. Check out my Lambo. Bill, I am Ciotti FPV on Facebook. I guess I should also say that you guys have to have Facebook. Well, no, you can email me. If you don't have Facebook, figure out a way to get in touch with me. You can email me. You can also technically hit me, Ciotti FPV, on Instagram. That totally works. But yeah, Bill, hit me at Ciotti FPV somewhere. Give me your address and tell me which item you've won, because I will not remember. Thank you, sir. Hey, Ben just got here. Good timing, Ben. You missed all the giveaways, but we're going to spec out your build. What's it? It's only 11 o'clock? Dude, we're getting shit done tonight, guys. I guess it's because I'm just ignoring all the questions. If you guys have questions, tag me, though. I'm going to start to only answer questions that at Ciotti FPV is tagged in or are in Super Chats. So there you go. Yeah, you missed all the giveaways, Ben, but we're going to spec out your builds because I want to kind of show everybody what, I mean, it's basically just what's in this CB3, but I just kind of want to talk about each part and why I chose it and blah, 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 blah. Thomas Bird says, give something big away for $10. Thomas, I'm attempting to push like the big stuff over to Patreon to kind of block it out so that Patreon pays out a lot easier. It's a pain in the ass to get your money out of YouTube, and I also want to give the people that don't win something, which is access to my Patreon, which has a ton of really good info. Basically, think of it this way. I've done 2.5 years worth of research on micro brushless stuff and about 1.5 years of research into 5-inch gear. I know what stuff sucks and what stuff doesn't. A lot of that is in my Patreon, so you'll save a bunch of money by just reading through the stuff that I've bashed and told you not to get. So I think the big stuff I'm going to wait to do on Patreon, and like I said, we're going to do, fuck it, we'll do one tonight. That didn't take much convincing. But we'll only do it this one time. After this, the $10 and the $20 ones are going to be on Patreon. Hold up. Let me show you guys real quick what that looks like. That's a good thing to do, right? So here are the tiers on the right now. There's like the general tier, and here's the Tiny Whoop tier that at some point when I get some Tiny Whoop stuff, I'll start that giveaway up. So here's the $10 for micro brushless stuff, and then here's the $20 tier for mini quad stuff. And these are I didn't explain this, and that was stupid. This is per month, and I'm gonna do these every week. So $20 is getting you four chances, right? Because I'm gonna do it boom, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, and then if you stay on that $20 tier, it'll get you another month. Basically, what I'm going to do is when I do the giveaway, I'm just going to go to the patron screen here and look who's in each tier. And then I guess you guys tell me, do you guys want me to do a $30 tier, which puts you into the 5-inch tier, the micro brushless tier, and the Tiny Whoop tier? Is that something I should do? I feel like it is, right? So yeah, that's that. Let me see if there's something worthy of $10. I might have just given... No, I didn't give everything away. Okay, so this will be an example of a 5-inch mini quad tier. Although I probably won't just do. You'll see. So, tell you guys a story. Well, do I have anything else? Hold up. There might be something. Well, no, but I gotta like make sure I have enough stuff in stock, to so that I don't like run out and have a bunch of you guys on that tier. Let's go. Okay, this is perfect. Because we were just talking about this too. I've got 2. I was going to give them both away at the same time, but it's Corey. It's actually my box of shit that I've been meaning to sell on Facebook Marketplace, but it's just hard to find the time to put stuff up and then deal with people backing out and all that bullshit. So it's like literally a box that I had sitting by the door of stuff that I wanted to list, and I was too lazy to do it. So now we'll do it this way, and giveaways are fun, right? So it's gonna be a turtle. It's a V1 turtle, and you're gonna get 1 extra lens. So I played around. Go ahead and throw up the $10 bids if you're interested in the turtle. I did update them to the newest firmware, I believe. I was playing around, story time. I was playing around with the turtle, trying to figure out a way to get more field of view. So the turtle is an M12 thread. So a lot of run cam lenses are also M12 thread. So like for example, this is the lens off of the Micro Eagle, and then what other lenses did I try in here? Okay, so this is the Caddx Turtle Eye. So, all right, I'm gonna put this one aside. This is the one that has the best lens. So this is the one that I'll do on Patreon. For tonight, we'll do this one with when I say the best lens, what I mean is the widest field of view lens. It's actually the plastic lens. It's the V1 plastic lens, but it is, like I said, wider angle than any of these other lenses. This one that we'll do the giveaway for has the glass lens on it, which is really nice, but it is less field of view than this plastic Super Eye lens. And then, but again, even compared to this plastic Super Eye lens, or Turbo Eye, sorry, the OG plastic non-Turbo Eye lens is wider. Yeah, there it is. I got it. So yeah, this is going to be a Caddx Turtle. What is this? Oh, cool. And a 5-volt regulator, because you can't run any of these HD cameras, specifically the Turtles, on VBAT if you're on 4S. You only want to run them on 5-volt, and I don't like... so this gets really hot, the little chipset, and get your bids in or whatever. This gets really hot, so I know it's drawing a lot of power, so I don't want this dragging on the 5-volt BEC on the flight controller, because if it kills it, I'm going to fall out of the air. Yeah, so run it off of this, off of VBAT, and you'll be golden. There's the wiring harness. I'll throw one of the little remotes. Yeah, Corey, this is for 10, because this is like I think these still sell for like $40. Yeah, so you got the camera, wire, totally works. You'll get a plastic lens, and I got the lenses all mixed up. Oh, static is in. Oh, another glass lens. Oh, that's right. I did buy 2 glass lenses. Cool. Yeah, glass lenses on it. You'll get the plastic lens, and you'll get the RC25G. Not RC25G, sorry. The stock micro eagle lens. That's what Static and Corey have bid on. Sweet. Let's do it. Get your Marcos is in. Look at you guys coming in hot. Coming in hot and strong. This is how you know if it's the... We're going to go deep to give you guys a chance. This is how this is how you can tell the OG plastic lens, because it's got this ridiculous lens cover. It's got like, and it's made of like shit ass plastic. Although you can, the easier way to tell, man, words are hard, is that the original plastic lens has no markings whatsoever, and then the Turbo Eye has Turbo Eye written on it. But again, the impossible to get plastic widest FOV one is going to go on Patreon. Euro is in. Man, this is getting big. Oh man, Parts 4 is in too. Okay. So I think I'm only going to let one more in. I don't want it to get too out of hand, so hurry up. I'm only going to let one more in because I don't necessarily want to take more than what this was worth. I think I paid $50 or $60 for this. I paid $60 for this turtle, so I only want to break even. I want to break even and put that money into something else. So either nobody else or one more. So this is your warning. You got... Oh, I got to type them all in. That's how much time you've got. Oh, shit. I closed it. God damn it. What did I do that for? The Wheel of Doom. There it is. Oh, wait. Did somebody want to use their previous super chat? No. Well, yeah, it was only $5. If one of you guys that did a super... Oh, there are lead sleds in here. If one of you guys that did $5 on the super chat, if you want to go in for another $5, I'll put you in this one. I don't want to screw you guys over. Okay. Modify wheel. Start typing names. By the time I get done typing here, all the things have to be in. What did I do that for? Okay. We're figuring it out. We're just... That's how we do it on this channel for anybody that's new. We just figure this shit out on the fly. We got 2 hours. Why would I bother being prepared? Alright, so we got Static. We got Corey. And if I need to like send you guys $5 back or whatever, if one of you guys overpaid or something like that, just hit me up and I'll PayPal you. I want it to be fair and fun rather than competitive and annoying. Man, I butchered that. Do you guys have this problem too? Like trying to type a word that's different than the words that are coming out of your mouth and you just put random letters in? Try it someday. Parts. All right, that's it. That's it. Espionage. Aren't you already in espionage? Oh, all right. Bill got in too. Bill, you're in. I think you were one of the previous. I think you were this live chat up here, right? Yeah. All right, Bill's in. That's it. Bill's the last one. Unless somebody else that already... whatever. Parts 4, you're in. Euro is in. It'll be nice once this is a little bit smoother so that I can act... Because I've just missed all the comments tonight. Yeah, it'll be nice when this is smoother because I won't be glossing over. I see Matt Guy, you just said figured it out. I have no idea what you're referring to. Oh, okay. Can I show you a link and ask what the hell this is on Amazon? Yeah, figured it out. Matt Guy, I'm going to make you a mod real quick. All right, Matt Guy, you're a mod. I got to type the rest of this in. Euro, and then we got lead, sled, and then we got espionage, and then we've got Bill McCoy. The Real Deal with Bill McNeil. You old people will know what that is. Cool. Let's do it. I just did a thing. Awesome, Nana Mama. Everybody, again, make sure you tell me what you won so that I know what to mail you. Apply wheel changes and Circle K gas prices. What? All right, you guys ready? There it goes. It's Euro! Euro needed this, and Euro got it. Damn, that feels good. I'm glad Euro needed it, and I'm glad Euro is getting it. Let me bag it up. What did I say? It's the all right, so you get the glass lens. That's the lens that's on it. That's the lens that everybody loves. You got the turbo eye lens, which is more field of view. I see you guys calling each other jerks already. Good show. Keep it up. So the turbo eye lens is going in there, and then this will be your experimental lens, which is the stock lens from the Runcam Micro Eagle. So yeah, man, you'll have some fun stuff to play with. We'll give the other one away, like I said, on the Patreon $10 tier next Monday. So you guys have between now and next Monday to pick which tier you want on Patreon to be entered into that. The other reason that I want to do this more on Patreon is because I don't want to like force you guys to make the stream. There's people that like work and stuff during this time, so they can't come to the stream, and I don't want to necessarily penalize them. You know what I mean? So that's why I want to do it on Patreon. Let everybody that's interested just get in there. It'll also be kind of simpler for me. This is cool. This is fun though. If I'll try to do this more. I'm now kind of like thinking through like what can I get to do this. If you guys have suggestions, send them to me. At some point, there's gonna be a tier for like swag and shit like that. Maybe that's what I'll do. I know Bot does that, but the giveaways that Bot does here via Super Chat, I think they're usually for swag, sweatshirt, stickers, or whatever. I don't know if... All right, I will, Tiago. I don't know if you guys would have any interest in wearing like a Ciotti FPV branded hat or shirt or something like that. If you do, awesome. You don't want the stuff on the walls, Brian. Those are all broken prototype frames. I mean, shit, if you want... I guess. I mean, some of them I do want to keep because I invested a bunch of time and work in. But yeah, the wall is... So, like, starting here, this is a broken mini quad test bench crush frame. This is the original CB122 that I did the power loop and Matty flip at Quad Camp Atlanta 2 years ago. That is how I ended up getting tied in with a lot of the pro pilots and kind of it's the thing that made my YouTube actually take off. Damn, Chris. Thanks, brother. Holy shit. Chris, what's going on with your whoop? Let's talk. Thanks, dude. Super, super, super cool of you, Chris. Yeah, I thought I had Chris hooked, but then he took a job that requires all the time in the world, but also pays very well. Which, that's kind of the way it works. Hell yeah. Thanks, brother. I guess, well, cool. Hey, Chris just bought a Runcam Hybrid. So we will get to review the Runcam Hybrid because of Christopher Dilks. All around cool guy. And yeah. So what the hell was I just going to say? What were we talking about? Ooh, the wall. I've never explained this, and a bunch of people have asked about it. Yeah, I know, Chris, but you got that hustle, man. Stay with it, brother. All right, let's just elevate this a little bit. Okay, so up here, this one. This is actually a CB5 that never came into existence. This is a frame that I spent a ton of time with the U.S. side of Rotorius on. When the prototype... It was very difficult for me to work with this person. Didn't listen to a lot of my feedback. He knew everything, I knew nothing. He didn't really fly. And the frame was fucked. And, like, it was just, there were just so many things wrong with it. When I got it and the prototype broke immediately, exactly where I told them it was going to break, I said, look, here are the changes that need to be made. I'm sorry, but if you're not willing to make these changes and if you're going to fight me on them, then we can, like, it's all good. It was a fun project while it lasted, but it's got to be this way if I'm going to be, if I'm going to be, nice, Bushy, if I'm going to be connected to it in any way. So, yeah, that, now it's just up on the wall, forever immortalized. And it is hard to figure out where my arm goes. This is a Rotorius Radical race frame, which is broken, and you can't get replacement parts for it anymore. This is a Rotor Riot Rampage edition CL1 that I was supposed to do a build at Rampage for people that just didn't quite happen because I was in all the wrong places. Actually, it was because I was talking to Steele for like a half an hour because I'd never met him before, and I wanted to pick his brain on some things. But yeah, it's got one of two Rampage Edition Stick-It skins on it. So that guy I keep forever. This is a Bob Rugi's Kebab's Glide prototype frame, which is stretched X. Not by much, but it's a little bit of a stretched X. And the final version that I fly, the production version rather, is True X. So that's the only Stretch X Glide probably in existence. Well, not in existence. He made a couple prototypes. But yeah, that's the story behind that one. This is a lightweight Glide that he tried to make. This is actually I would almost be willing to give this frame away. This was Bob's attempt to make the Glide lighter, and unfortunately, in doing so, he did something called violating the carbon fiber. Basically, do I have an arm floating around here somewhere? Yeah, okay, here we go. So, this is actually a really, really interesting thing that I only recently learned. And if you're a nerd like me, you will probably find it interesting as well. So, this has not violated the carbon because, and this is an arm from a mini quad test bench, which is Ryan Harrell's company. Mini quad test bench Crush is the name of the frame. So when you look at the path that these fibers go on, we're worried about the fibers that are going this direction here, the length of the arm. That's where our arms get all the strength from. And what Ryan did and what most frames do is they stagger these holes so that they go like diagonally or at a 90 degree to that most important path of these carbon fibers. And the point is, you just don't want two holes on the same strip of fibers that are basically going to try to connect to one another. So way back when, this happened a lot here, because again, you're violating the carbon in this direction with these two motor holes. Eventually, they got beefed up enough where arms no longer break here, but on that particular Glide frame, Bob's got two holes on the inside of the arm that violate the carbon, and it makes it a weak point. I crashed it once or twice, and it held up fine. I didn't bash the shit out of it, but it held up totally fine. It's like a 85. The other problem, and the reason you didn't make it, is because it's not that much lighter, but it's an 80-something gram freestyle frame. I've got the FR Sky 16 by 16 receiver on it, with the little, my cool little setup of forever tubes, and yeah, I don't know, like, I'm kind of connected to that frame, but if you guys make an argument for it, I guess I could do that. And then yeah, here's the broken Crush frame, And these are actually functional. The functional frames stay here. And there's one more over here. There's my prototype Acrobrat over here, which you can't get parts for anymore. So once I smashed that to hell, it went up on the wall. So yeah, there you go. For anyone that was wondering, now you know what's the deal with all them quads on the wall. What else are we doing? Oh, we're supposed to build something. Oh, we got a half an hour. Look at that. All right, let me do the thing to move this over here, and we'll do a little bit of work. Cool. Hang on. I'll put, what should I put on? I'll put, yeah, they do. Static. Bushy said, give away the awesome t-shirts you wear on your live streams. Win the literal shirt off my back. I would never do that because I love my t-shirts so much. These motorsports related shirts, like pun related shirts that you see me wearing, are by a company called Blip Shift. If you are even remotely interested in motorsports or cars in general, if you don't want to spend all your money on t-shirts, don't go to their website. But if you do, go to their website because they have the coolest motorsport shirts in the world. Blip, B-L-I-P, like blip the throttle, shift like shift gears. And they have all of these pun-related shirts. They take... awesome. Thanks, Mac Guy. What did you post? I didn't even see it. Where is it? Tell me where it is. Is it up? Found it, but link is 407. Letters too long. Can't paste. Damn it. Mac, send it to me on Facebook Messenger real quick, and that'll bing my phone, and I'll grab it. Shit, what was I saying? Oh yeah, these shirts, they're user-submitted artwork, and then BlipShift does a run. So BlipShift, when they approve the artwork, they put it up on their site, and they send a big email blast out, and they say, hey guys, 48 hours to order this shirt in your size, and then it's gone forever. So these shirts are kind of sort of one of a kind-ish, and yeah. I have tons of t-shirts and they all have like special meaning-ish to me. But I don't know. I didn't look. I asked a question and I didn't look. Do you guys have? Would you guys wear a Ciotti FPV shirt or something like that? Because then I can do swag. I'm definitely doing stickers for sure. Everybody's gonna get stickers at some point. Kristen, my wife, is working on a change in my logo, so that's when we're gonna get the stickers. Unless for some reason you guys would want stickers, I guess it would be kind of cool to get OG stickers. I'll do 2 runs. But yeah, if you guys want anything else with my logo or hell, something else on it, let me know. Sweet. I'm gonna put another pilot up real quick so I can move the webcam over here. I gotta move a bunch of lights around over here. So yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. If you're interested in that stuff, I don't want to lose it in the chat. Tag me. Nabi, I see you said you would. Awesome. Anybody else that, if you're gonna say I would, just at Ciotti FPV me. Cool. I'm gonna save this wheel to side. This worked out really well. Sweet. All right, so let's let me just clear this out, and I'm gonna leave that up there. I want to go back to YouTube, and I'm gonna give you guys one more sick little. I forgot to tell you guys who those blue motors were made by. Sorry, David. But I guess it doesn't matter now. I don't think they're Sunny Sky. Sunny Sky makes motors that are horrendously notchy. Where the hell did that YouTube window go? Because I want to give you guys something to actually watch. I bet you I closed it. What a jackass. Let's look at my history. I'm going to look at my history off camera. Where'd it go? Strange. let's just go to. Oh wait, no, here it is. Here it is. I can just search for Finky, and it'll come up with nothing. It's worth it because some of these French pilots are bananas, and I try to subscribe to a lot of pilots, and I didn't know about a bunch of them, so I have a feeling you guys don't know a bunch of them. So yeah, let's get it going. Why am I doing this? All I have to actually do is go to YouTube and search for Finky's channel. Ben, oh shit, we got to do Ben's build. Okay, we're gonna skip the building. I'll do a surprise stream maybe tomorrow night for. Shit, sorry Ben. I wanted to do this earlier to give you more time, but I think we got all the sale stuff. Cool, Griffin, you're in too. Awesome.
They called it an idiot light on the dash.
I'm an idiot. I clicked the wrong one. Sorry, guys. And of course, I don't remember what I was saying. It must not have been that important. We're doing. Tiago got to see himself come up. That must have been meta as shit. We're gonna do Ben's build. I don't know how long I've been soundless, but we're gonna do Ben's build here, top to bottom. First thing Ben did, and I kind of guided him through this whole thing. He didn't just magically know what it was. He went to Facebook and searched for Rotorius. Jesus. Rotorious. You search for that, and one of the first searches is the Rotorius FPV Underground. You go in there, and the name of the person that you want to talk to is Eckhart, Eckhart. There he is. Eckhart is the admin, so he is. I think he's the only admin of the group. He's who you want to talk to. He has half a dozen of. Well, now he's got 5 because Ben ordered one. He's got half a dozen CB3 frames. Switch over here. CB3 frames. They're the version 3 frame, which is removable arm. This is the version 2, which is unibody. They're the version 3 with removable arms. They are the best micro frame I've been able to find, and you guys should order those last 5 because once they're gone, the version 4 is probably not going to be out for a while. I keep pushing him to do it. I really want to do it, but he's got a lot going on. So that's the first thing we did. Message Eckhart or just throw a post up. If you just go to that Facebook group and just post, hey guys, I want to order a CB3, what do I do? They'll link you. I'll probably see your post and I'll link you up with Eckhart. Message them, hey, I want a CB3. Send them a couple, probably 24, 30, I don't know. and you'll get the best 3-inch frame I've found in 2.5 years. I don't know the price, William. He's gonna just kind of like hook you guys up. So it's, I even forget what the retail price was. But yeah, he's just gonna hook you guys up with them. So that's the first thing. That gets the frame coming to you. And now we're gonna dive into all the electronics. I don't know why I keep putting this back here. I want to keep it in front of me so that I can look at the electronics on it. So let's go. We'll go nose to tail, inside out. So we'll start with the camera. On my particular build, and if you have the money for it, Tarsier V2 is the jam. Ben is not going that deep yet, so I just basically recommended one of the micro cams. I am currently in a RunCam. I currently think that RunCam makes the best cameras available, so I guided him towards the Racer 3, which I believe is on sale, or not the Racer 3, the Racer 2, sorry. There it is, yeah. So this is the cheapest price I could find on the Racer 2. The Racer 2 is the current version of the Sparrow. So it's a CMOS camera. It looks a lot like RunCam Micro Eagles, which is why I like it. And it's just a really good all-around camera. It's very light. It's very durable. If you hate that it's orange, get the Foxier variant of this, which would be the Predator. The Predator V3 is Foxier's version of this. It's a little bit heavier, but you can get it in all kinds of cool different colors. It's a great, it's a great camera. I don't know what the Caddx equivalent is, because the ongoing problem with Caddx is their quality control. Kebab gets a lot of Caddx cameras that right out of the box don't work. And I reference Kebab because he gets the most free stuff out of anybody that I talk to on a daily basis. So yeah, I would not recommend a Caddx, although they're the Tarsier, which, go figure, this is an $80 rig. You kind of get what you pay for, right? The Tarsier has been really, really good. I have not heard about a Tarsier failure at all, and I try to go into that Tarsier Facebook group a lot. ZDK Root asks, what do you like about the CB3 frame compared to the Micro Eagle or Micro Reverb? Awesome question. I was very, very excited by the Micro Alien and the Micro Reverb, and then when they came out, I was frankly kind of heartbroken because Impulse doesn't make micro frames, and I get the feeling that they didn't talk to somebody that flies micros a lot. I'll show you guys the problem, because this is kind of important, and I would love to recommend those frames because they're not even that expensive, but they just don't tick all the boxes for me, and I will show you guys why. So let me see if I can do this inside of images. Looks like I can. Oh, perfect. Okay, great. So the first problem I have is that they don't have enough motor protection. Come on. I am looking for as much real estate outside the motor here as I can possibly get. And that's important because when you start to crash inverted, you want this carbon to hit and not the motor to hit. If you bang a motor into concrete, that's probably the end of that motor. So the more length you've got on this, the better. It really makes a big difference. I know it seems like it's not, like it's kind of a small thing, but this makes a huge difference, having motor protection out here. I really like Kebab's design, which is like devil horns, because with the devil horns, it puts a little bit more in the front and a little bit more in the back, and like if you get into a straight up like nose down collision, it's going to give you a little bit more protection, because if you do hit perfectly even, right, you have a little bit less of that notch, right, because the notch is going out at a 45-degree angle. So if you hit perfectly like this, you're going to use most of it. But as soon as you rotate, you see what I mean? You're going to use less of that tip. But like I said, this is the best motor protection that I've found in lightweight 3-inch frames. The other problem, the two other problems actually, are that the big one is that they put the arms above the base plate, and the reason why that's a problem is with micro rigs, one of the struggles is to fit everything in there. And on this style of, which is the Alien style of micro frames, the whole point of running this is to get the battery up on top. Well, if you put really tall standoffs on this rig, like I'm talking like 28 or 30 or 32 or 35 mil standoffs, the CG goes to hell. The CG goes really high when you do that. And with this build, you might have to do that because you've got these press nuts. They're taking up space, so you're going to have to lift the ESC up above those press nuts, so you can't slam the ESC all the way down on the deck. You've also got the thickness of the arms and the thickness of this sandwich plate here above the bottom plate. But this is the fatal flaw right here, is that they're forcing you to run... well, you know, they're not forcing you to run this. You could just forego the vertical carbon plates and just run TPU loops. The problem is still going to be that your center stack is being lifted so much by all this stuff that you're going to have a hell of a time fitting everything in and keeping it on a 25 or a 23 mil standoff, which is really where I like to be. So if you flip this over, if you put the arms on the bottom, the press nuts go to the bottom, and then you've got to run the stack screws up. So yeah, I guess you could put the arms underneath the base plate. Yeah, that would kind of fix the problem. That would fix the problem of stack height, but then at that point, you still have these, if you want to run the vertical plates, you're locked into a standoff height that I'm going to look up right now because I don't know what it is. It is 20? Is it 20 mil? Center to top plate, 20 mil. Motor to motor. No, I don't need to know that. Tell me what the standoffs are. Yeah, the problem with the BQE frames, though, 661, is that they're heavy as hell. This CB3 frame is less than 30 grams. And I think it's like considerably less than 30 grams, like 25 or 24 maybe. Don't quote me on that. I forget what it actually is. But this is a lighter frame than anything BQE makes. And I believe it's also lighter than these guys. The other thing I think I didn't like was they are 33 grams dry, which is not bad. 33 is pretty good, but the CB3 is lighter. I'd heard from somebody that the arms were kind of weak, and I was hoping it would tell me the thickness of the arms in here. Somebody had told me that the arms are only 2.5 millimeters thick, which is not thick enough. 3 millimeters is the minimum, in my opinion, for 3-inch rigs that are about this all up weight, which is about 200 grams. So, but they don't say here. So they are 2.5. Thanks, ZD. So they are 2.5. So yeah, that's my other issue with this Alien frame, which pisses me off because I might actually still get it and just throw it up on the wall because it is cheap and it's awesome. It's a true miniature Alien. What's funny is V1 of the CB3 was quite literally was actually a mini Alien. Actually, it was the prototype. It wasn't the true V1. The prototype was literally the U.S. side of Rotorius 1-to-1 shrinking an Alien down just to see how the geometry and the strength would be. And then the V1 was actually designed, which became the CB3. But there's I think just one, like, Rotorius actual micro mini alien, whatever you want to call it. Some inside baseball for you guys. Static is just getting into 3-inch rigs. With your 5-inch, you don't care about weight. Static, you should. If anybody around you has a 600-gram all-up rig, you should fly it. You would not believe the difference that weight makes on a 5-inch rig. But if you fly like Stinger Swarm, Kevin, and you want the extra weight to throw yourself over stuff, I get it. Totally get that. That's one of the other reasons why I build micros in the 200-gram range. The toothpicks don't have enough mass to throw, whereas this size and even the Acrobat heavier really does throw very, very well. That's the end of your question. Should I consider it more? Absolutely. Static, weight is everything. When I was learning all of this and putting this all together, we're talking like 2 plus years ago. At one point, I got called a weight Nazi, and like my initial reaction was like "fuck you," but then I'm like, you know what? Call me a weight Nazi, because like I'm gonna wear that badge proudly, because that's why my shit flies the way it does and is durable, and your guys' stuff is wobbling all over the place. You're not eating the prop wash, blah 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 blah. So yeah, man, weight is very, very important. We are helicopters, any kind of rotor-ish rigs where if you lose power they fall out of the sky. The best description of this style of aircraft is I've ever heard is that they're beating the laws of gravity into submission, and it's basically saying exactly that, right? Like, it has to be going at all times. If there is any kind of mechanical failure, it just crashes to the ground, versus an airplane, which is kind of working with the laws of physics with a wing, and if an airplane loses power, it can glide to the ground. So yeah, it's even more important in that situation where you're beating the laws of gravity into submission. So yeah, man, pay attention to weight, definitely on micros. On micros, a few grams, like 1 or 2 or 3 grams, will make a difference. Mainly because you can't think of it in grams, you have to think of it in percentages. If you have a 100-gram rig and you shave 5 grams off of that, you've shaved 5% of the weight. Scale that up to a 600-gram rig. What's 5% of 600? It's 5 times 6, so 30 grams. If you change a 600-gram rig to a 630-gram rig, you're going to feel that. For sure, you're going to feel that. So that's what you want to kind of change your thought process a little bit, is to think of weight in terms of percentages versus numbers of grams. So there you go. Marcos, no. Unfortunately not. I can't find one. The problem is I don't need to find one because I have a ton of these CBs from prototypes and everything. So all you guys that are hanging right now that have a good amount of experience, that are in search of a 3-inch frame, pay attention to all these things that I'm about to hit. And if you find a 3-inch frame that checks all these boxes, let me know. Definitely tell me, and we'll take a look at it on one of these streams, and I'll see if I can figure out what I like and don't like, and see if I can recommend it. So that's where I'm at with the Micro Alien. The Micro Reverb is actually what I was really excited about, because I've worked on a 5-inch frame with a few different people over the last year and a half, and stuff just keeps happening to keep it from becoming a reality. But it's always been a split base plate design, which is what I was really excited about with the Reverb. And my reasoning behind that is, in the middle of the quad, you're going to put your flight stack, ESC and flight controller at a bare minimum. That's what I prefer to put there. If you're carrying a split, your split board, right? So that's what goes in the middle. The rear of these alien-style micro frames is a perfect spot for your VTX and for your receiver. And then the front is where you're going to have your camera. And one of the limitations that we have is that these micro cameras are 20 millimeters tall. So you can't slam one of these solid base plate frames down on standoffs that are any lower than 20 millimeters. I think I said 20 grams a second ago. Because of the camera. The camera is basically the camera is the tallest thing. If you're gonna build a micro with a regular FPV cam, oh, and this is actually Ben's build. So Ben's build is a perfect example of this. Regular ESC and flight controller. The GS25 ESC and the Talon F4 or even the F7 flight controller, you can sandwich those two things to a 13 millimeter height, top to bottom. So that means you could put 15 mil standoffs on a split base plate CB3 rig. So I've always thought split base plate rigs are the way to go. So I was super excited by the reverb, but they put these camera plates here, which again is not the end of the world. You can technically take those off and just run TPU loops. Unfortunately, by doing that, so the camera plates box in the front of the frame, and they give the front of the frame a lot of strength. So they are a good thing, but they're a pain in the ass because they limit the height that you can run. The big problem, though, again, because you could just remove those and run TPU loops, the big problem with this frame is these guys. And you can't reverse it on this one, like what we talked about for the micro alien, right? You can't flip this upside down because then you would lose the extra camera height. So basically, this frame could be the one, but what they would have had to do is pull these press nuts out further so that they would totally clear the ESC stack. And I can guarantee you that this one right here is not going to clear and allow you to slam an ESC all the way down on the deck and put 15 millimeter standoffs in the back and 20s in the front. When you start talking about split base plates, what you have to wrap your head around is the top of the front plate is now going to have an arm thickness. So let's say that that's 3 millimeters, and then it's going to have the thickness of the rest of the rear part of the top plate. So you have to figure it out where you can have standoffs. Standoffs have to exist that'll do that for you, right? So like let's say in this case it's 3 mil and 2 mil, which I don't think it is, but if it was 3 mil and 2 mil, you have a differential in height of 5 millimeters between the front and the back. That's perfect. 20 millimeter standoffs in the front, that'll clear a micro cam. Arms, rear plate, 15 millimeter standoffs in the back. That would be the best center of gravity micro ever, as far as I've ever thought through. And they came so goddamn close. They came so close to doing on this, but instead, I think they ran 2.5 millimeter arms, which again, for me is a deal breaker. That's not thick enough. I think what they did is 2.5 millimeter and 1.5 millimeter, and because they're impulse, they had custom standoffs made. And I believe this front standoff is like, I want to say the front standoff is probably 25, and then the rear is 3.5. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but the front ones are too tall, and the rear ones have to be too tall to clear these press nuts. All they would have had to do is pull these press nuts out a little bit. Yes, it would have added extra weight. What they also would have maybe needed to do is move these stack mount screws forward and center them. The CB3 has the stack mount centered. So, I don't know. I kind of like that they shifted it back like this because it gives the camera a little bit more room, but they shifted it back an awful lot. I don't think they needed to shift it back so far, but whatever. They came so close. I was just like heartbroken when I realized that I wouldn't be able to build the perfect, my perfect FPV cam only 3-inch micro alien, micro brushless quad. Thanks, ED. 20 and 24. 20 millimeter back, 24 front. So that means, the arms are 2.5 mil, and the back plate, the back base plate is 1.5 millimeter. So if you're, so for us to be able to do that, right? For me to be able to do that, I wanted to use. So what I don't like about doing this, the other thing that I don't like about doing this, is you lock people into your standoffs. You can't get 24 millimeter standoffs anywhere. You can get 15, 20, 23. 23s you can get on Pyrodrone. 25, 30. Oh no, 28. There's also 28, which you can get, I think, anywhere, definitely on Pyrodrone. And then 30, 35, 40. So to do this split base plate, realistically, what you have to do is, for me, it was like I was saying, 20 and 15 and 20, 15 rear, 20. But that's another consideration with these frames, right? You're locked into these standoffs. It's not the end of the world. You don't bend standoffs much, but I was trying to build the perfect thing, right? So that's yeah, ZD. ZD, message me on. No, hold on. ZD, pull up Amazon. You might be in luck. Is this going to show anything weird? No, I don't think it will. Nobody screen capped that. Probably wasn't anything weird in there. Look this up, ZD. Oh, wait, I'm not even on that monitor. Perfect. Look these guys up. Lyntron, Lyn-Tron. The problem with these is they're a little heavy. They're pretty heavy. They're pretty heavy compared to the knurled ones, but it's not that bad. It's only going to add like a 1 or 2 or maybe 3 grams. But these guys might have. Oh wait, hold on. I can just do it for you. I can just take this, dump this in here, and change it to 24, and we'll see if it comes up. Nope. Let me try one more thing. Let me go a little bit more open with the search. The Zoot is cool, David, but it is designed to be. It's not designed to be a basher, and I bash the living shit out of micros, so I broke arms on it. I think it has 2.5 mil arms, if I'm not mistaken. They might be 3, but just the way that the arms lock in together, it's not meant to be slammed a lot. If you trash on it, it's gonna break, unfortunately. Other than that, it's a great frame. The packaging, all the electronics in that frame is awesome. It's got a really nice amount of space, but yeah, Sterling, you should have turned in earlier, brother. And for anybody that doesn't know, I always follow Bardwell streams because that's my best chance of getting some actual audience. So that happens. Bardwell streams 1 to 3 on Sundays for the EU. I stream 3 to 5. Monday nights for the US. Bardwell streams 8 to 10. I stream 10 to 12. I'll usually go a little bit longer because I don't look at the time, but I'm doing better with that. And I just looked up and saw it's 12:04. So I'm going to rush through Ben's build. But first, hold on. Let me. I just want to open this search up a little bit. So let's do this. I'm going to leave M3. But I'm going to take this out. And I'm just going to go 24. I don't think they exist. I think you're right. Yeah, they don't exist. But that's actually a good thing because these are legitimately heavier. They're probably stronger, but they are legitimately heavier. What you can do, and what I do on my glides, is get. So what are you looking for? 20. You're looking for 24. So go on. I can just do it. Go on Pyrodrone, and they've got 23s. So you get you some 23s. And then you put a 1 millimeter spacer on there. And my favorite way of doing it is with these guys right here. Because they fit the standoffs damn near perfect. So there you go. And the inside lip is 1 millimeter. So you would flip this thing over and put it on the top of, or you could do it on the bottom, I guess. Yeah, put it on the bottom or on the top to give you that 1 mil spacer, and then that little collar. It just looks sick. So yeah, get those, and then get these 23 millimeter knurled standoffs, and voila, you've got your 24. And then you just run a screw that's like 1 or 2 millimeters longer to take up the space of that spacer, right? And there you go. And for your guys' info, you can even like stagger. If you only stagger by 1 mil, you're fine. I do it on my glides because I run 20 millimeter standoffs, but all the cameras need 21 millimeters up in the front. So I just put one of those washers above the front standoffs, and the top plate doesn't care. The top plate will absolutely, carbon fiber is just flexible enough. It just bends right up and it takes up that gap. I guess the better way to do it would be, because there's a bigger gap between the middle standoffs, I guess it would be better to also put 1 mil standoffs on these back ones. But like I said, I haven't had a problem. But if you guys ever have some weird situation, you can absolutely put 1 millimeter different standoffs front to rear, even on micros, and the carbon fiber will just gobble that up. So, okay, enough of that tangent. I'm going to ignore the questions because I got to wrap this up, and I'm going to blast through Ben's build real quick here. So, that was a good rant, though. Awesome questions. Hell yeah. Hell to the yeah. And you guys had some good suggestions. Let's talk about frames next week. Try to remind me. Let's spend some time next week on frame talk to see if we can find another frame that's good. Yeah, that's because I can't do it tonight. My voice is almost shot. So, Run Cam Racer 2. We talked about that. 20 millimeter or 19 by 19 camera up front. What's next? Camera feeds into the flight controller. Flight controller, absolutely no reason not to get the... Let me say this a different way. The pad layout of the Talon flight controllers is the best I've ever found. They have black box, which is very rare and very important on micros. Yeah, Chris Dilks will live on forever. Those are the two big things. Those are the two big things that are absolutely like game over. That's the flight controller for me. But the other things that are nice about it are it's very reliable. I've yet to break one, other than one that I put VBAT through in the wrong spot. Totally my fault. And there's one more thing that I really like about it. Oh, you can get it in MPU 6000. So for all of those reasons, this flight controller is the one. There you go. There's an F4 version. The F4 version is you can slam it a little bit lower than the F7 version. It's there's reasons for it. We'll talk about it when I build this week. F4 still runs RPM filtering absolutely fine. So don't hesitate to go F4 if F7's good too. That's whatever. But yeah, that's the flight controller. And okay, so and I haven't talked about this before, but it's important. I think we're all tinkerers in this hobby, right? It kind of goes against us in a lot of ways. If I could go back and do it all over again, I would start the hobby by watching videos, get a QX7, start simming, and just watch as many pro pilots as I can find. Figure out whose style I like the best, look at their gear list, and buy everything on their gear list, top to bottom, and don't think about it ever again. That doesn't scratch the itch of tinkering and trying new shit and that whole thing, which I am so guilty of. But the point that like kind of popped into my head is when there are certain components that have all of these things going for them, and there's just no reason not to get them. If you don't get them, you are almost guaranteeing yourself that you're getting something that's not as good. And I do it because I'm just looking for the next best thing that's perfect. This flight controller is perfect. It's not actually perfect, but for the way this build is and for my requirements, this is the perfect flight controller, and there's no reason to get anything different. When I talk about flight controllers, a lot of people will suggest the Mamba stuff. I'm sure it's great. I bet you the pad layout isn't as good as this, though. Or maybe it doesn't have black box. There's something about it that's not as good as this. But even if there isn't, even if it's identical to this, and that this is perfect, what's the point, right? Just get this. It's red. It's cooler because it's red. So keep that in mind. I get it, and we all want to find something that, and there is some merit to doing that, because maybe you build different than me, so maybe a different pad layout is better for you. Totally cool. But if you're gonna copy my builds, buy the exact gear setup, and it will wire up. I've spent a lot of time figuring out how to wire these damn things and how to build them in a way that it's as minimal as possible to drop the weight down as low as possible. And it also keeps I build to keep the video lines away from the all the dirty garbage that's going on in the battery leads and in the ESC. So yeah, if you're gonna build camera in the front, ESC, flight controller, VTX, and receiver in the back, get these parts and save yourself from just... It's already such a pain in the ass to work on micros, let's be honest. Don't add another thing that's going to make you want to jump off the roof. So there you go. There's my rant on the flight controller. Now we're going to go full speed. Race Day Quads has the GS25 ESC. Same kind of deal. This is the best ESC that I have found. I've run them for a while. They're durable as shit. And they even have it on special in their clearance. $34 is a hell of a deal for this. I might actually buy another one. Nabi, have a good night. Yeah, this is what you want. This is the ESC you get. Period. Done. $35 is a screaming deal. You guys should all go buy these. I have one coming. I really would love an excuse to get another one just because they're so good, and I think I have like 3 here already. But yeah, that's the ESC. Done. The end. You can slam it really low. It's 32-bit. It's SpeedX. It's 25 amp, and I've never broken one. The end. What else do we have? Motors for this build. It's going to be 200 grams all up. The motors that we want. They were on sale. Where the hell were they on sale? They're gone now. Okay, so that's fine. So the motors you want are Emax 1306s, and I think they put an R in front of them. Come on now. Oh, RDQ doesn't sell them. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention the affiliate links. I'm also now I just got set up with GetFPV as an affiliate. So you'll see Bitly links in the description, and that'll drive to GetFPV. And I'm going to try to do that more because I want to support local or stateside businesses. And GetFPV's customer service is amazing. My buddy Brad, McManus FPV, bought stuff from RDQ and GetFPV at the same time, and he had to do returns at the same time. GetFPV was totally simple. RDQ was not. That says a lot to me. So I prefer GetFPV at this point. And if you want me to make a couple bucks for nothing, use one of the affiliate links. I think they have them. They better. Don't make a liar out of me. Oh, come on now. There they are. All right, good deal. These are the motors. Emax R1306, RS1306, oh, it's RS. 1306B, 4,000 kV, and you're going to run that on 4S. If you want a little bit better of a motor and you don't mind waiting for it and or paying a little bit more, you're going to go to myrcmart.com, and I'm dropping that into the comments. And you're going to, oh, I didn't see that. Look at that. You're going to go up here, and I think you can search for 1306 to find it. You can, but you got to scroll down a bunch. See, they sell the Emaxes, which is funny. They make a 1306 that's a little bit better, I think, than the Emaxes. They also make it, the big thing is, they make it in 6,000 kV, which will work on 3S. I prefer 4S on micros because just like with 6S, it never sags and it's more efficient at the top of the throttle. Tiago, what's the yeah, right, the coupon code on, you guys should hurry because technically it's Tuesday. If you want that, the code is clearance. Tiago wrote it in there. It's 20% off of whatever that number just was. 3S will be totally fine though, and the 3S battery selection is a little bit better than the 4S battery selection. So to me, basically, if you're already invested in 3S, stay 3S. If you have a whole bunch of micro 3S batteries, get these in 6,000 kV. Here they are. NK1306 4,000 and NK1306 6,000. If you just search for 1306, you saw what I did. I just scrolled down. I went to page 2. I scrolled down again. Don't do they have another? No, they don't have any other 1306. So there you go. It's the only 1306 they've got, and it is there you go. So the 4,000 kV is on back order. That kind of sucks, but hopefully, if you really want them, you're on 3Sville. You're in 3Sville because those are available. Here's the other secret on MyRC Mart. The warranty, the standard factory warranty that they have selected here by default, is void as soon as you touch a soldering iron to any of the wires. So it's worthless, right? Because how the hell do you know a motor is bad without soldering it up? So you take it off and it removes $3. And now this $11 motor is $8. And that's a hell of a deal. The problem is that it's $25 for 2-day shipping or $10 for 2+ week shipping. Get your friends together. If you're on my Patreon, put a post up in the Micro Kings Castle group and say, hey, anybody else want to get on a MyRC Mart order with me? If you do a big order, the $25 in shipping doesn't hurt as much. You can spread it across a bunch of different people. So there you go. RCX motors are awesome. If you're ever looking for basher motors, they make 2207s. They make all sorts of different motors. What you want to look for, though, is the red bottom. The red bottom means it's one of their newer motors. They have motors that are all black that they still sell, and those are the OG motors. Like this. This 1407 is the old school 1407, and it's like 3, maybe 4 years old. And the newer motors have a lot better tech to them. So stay away from their all-black motors. Other than the 1304s. The 1304s are a magic size. But, yeah, there you go. 1306 motors. Propellers, it's going to be the Gemfan 3028s, which are just basically... they're the lowest pitch 3-inch props that we've got, which gives us the most possible throttle resolution, which is what we want with micros. That's the one thing that is really difficult with micros is throttle resolution because they're so light, they just want to jump up in the air. So as little pitch as possible is what you want. The other good propellers are the Emax Avans. but they are less durable than these gem fans. Not by much, though. They're both pretty fragile. But that makes them very light, which helps with everything. It helps them spin up quicker. It helps the PID tune do its job better. Blah, 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 blah. So you can't go wrong with either one of those props. So help me God if somebody... Somebody might have done it, and it just came back in stock. Hopefully you didn't pull the trigger on that GS25 order yet, because you should order these props too. I have some on the way. Farts. Hold on. HQ 3-inch. Where the hell are they? There they are. 3 by 2.5 by 3. This is the lowest pitch HQ prop that's been available. That's exciting because the HQ props are typically more durable than anything. The HQ props are typically more durable than any other prop available across the board. 2-inch, 2.5-inch, 3-inch, 5-inch, whatever. And now, previously the lowest pitch HQ prop was 3 by 3 by 3. HQ's pitch numbers tend to be like under what's the word? This 2.5 pitch is actually going to perform like a 3 pitch. So their 3 by 3 by 3, their 3 pitch actually performs like a 3.5 or a 4 pitch. I don't know what it is, but that's just the way it is. And I haven't flown them yet, ZD. They're on the way. I got to get this fixed so that I have something. I don't have any micros put together right now, which is just ridiculous. But like I said, it's because I keep trying new stuff and tearing them down. But yeah, I can't wait to try these. This might be the answer, because the gem fans and the A-vans are just not quite durable enough. The gem fans are kind of almost durable enough, but they're just not quite there. So I'm so excited by these, and they made these in gray. That is huge, because when you run HD cams on a micro, they almost always have props in view, and gray is the color that really disappears. What motors are on that rig, William? That's how I'm gonna recommend something for you. So that's the propellers. We did the motors. I also run race wires. You don't have to. It's a pain in the ass, but it's really good practice soldering, and it keeps prop strikes from screwing you up. And you can put the cool LED ones on the back arms. Never put the LED race wires on the front arms, because they illuminate the props, and then that blows the camera out. Parts, thanks, man. I appreciate that. First time here, enjoyed the show. We'll be back. Awesome. That's what I like to hear. Check out the Patreon. Lots more good shit over there. I can only squeeze so much into 2 hours, but I just dumped it all on that side. So, lots of good stuff. I can't, Jason, because I don't have a good 3-inch frame that I can recommend other than this one. And to get this one, you got to go to the Rotorious FPV Underground Facebook group. You got to put a post up and say, hey guys, how do I get a CB3? And the guys will help you out. Okay. Props, motors, camera, flight controller, ESC, receiver depends on your protocol, but get the lightest one you can. Get the lightest diversity receiver that you can. Diversity is important. Yeah, no LEDs on the front arm, 661. Yeah, so every protocol has a tiny version of that receiver with diversity, so that's what you're going to get. ESC, not ESC, VTX. If you have the money, the shit, it's getting late and my brain's shutting down. What's TBS make? Pro 32 Nano. The TBS Pro 32 Nano is a brilliant VTX, but it's $30. I'm willing to pay the money because good VTXs make you a better pilot, because you can see where you're going. And the biggest example that jumped out at me is when I went from box goggles to Fat Sharks. I became so much better just from being able to see where I was going better, and it was just like such an eye-opening thing. And on a micro, it is really hard to keep noise out of the video feed. So spending a little bit extra on a VTX is definitely worth it, in my opinion. If you're trying to keep the rig cheap, you're going to go with one of these micro VTXs, which at the moment are kind of a pain in the ass to find. I don't even remember where I found the one that I suggested for Ben, but I'm digging these Eachine VTX 03S's, but you have to buy them from Banggood, which sucks. AKK knocked this off, so there's a version of this that AKK makes. Yeah, Chris, that's what I want too, man. Rush needs to make a nano. Don't get the Rush 20x20. That's meant for 5-inch rigs. That'll be too heavy and too powerful for a micro, and too big. That thing is going to be way too big in here. I had asked somebody what the motors are, and I want to make sure I don't miss it. Where did it go? Tiago, you asked about the Maytech F7 Mini. I haven't looked into it much. Maytech makes a great flight controller. I ran their F411s forever. They never let me down, so that F7 is probably awesome. I would need to look at the pad layout. For me, it's going to be all about pad layout. Damn it, who asked about the motors? There they are. 1104 4200 kV. So an 1104, in my opinion, is only grunty enough to turn a 2-inch prop. Some people will run those on 2.5-inch props. That's fine. 4200 kV is definitely going to be more suited to a 2.5-inch prop. So we're going to have to kind of triage your current situation. Just kind of, so there's going to be two scenarios. If you can go 4S, then I would maybe try a 2-inch prop. This is what's great about props. They're cheap. Just try them. Try some 2-inch props. Try both of the Emaxes. The 3 and the 4 blade. Emax 2-inch. I think RDQ has them. Yeah. So that 2035 quad blades, try these, and then try this Blur. Also get the 2.5-inch version of this Avan Blur, which I think is called the Avan Rush. Yeah, it's called the Avan Rush. Also pick these guys up, and that's it. So just do that. If you're on 6S, Jesus. If you're on 3S, only get these 2.5-inch props. The 2-inch props, 3S on 4200 kV will not make enough thrust. So if you're in 3S land, or if that rig can only handle 3S, just get this Rush 2.5-inch and call it a day. All right, awesome. Thomas Bird asked about the 1606 Emaxes. They are kind of overkill, and they're also too notchy. I haven't run them on RPM filters. I actually thought that I had sold them, and I found them earlier today in Marcos. I like 4S 450s on micros. I thought I had sold these. I'm excited that I still have them because these might be good. You would only run these on a Fat Boy. You would always only run these on the lightest rig I would run these on would be like an Acrobrat. So these will work on an Acrobrat, on a Japalura, on Flynoceros's new heavy 3-inch frame. These would be good on the BQE frames. The question is, don't run out and buy these. The question is, I will give them away, Espionage, but I have to run them first. I don't know. The pre-RPM filter couldn't handle the notchiness. Listen to how notchy. Hear that noise? That's the notchiness of these. For anybody that's new here, this is what you want to hear when you spin one by hand. Nope, that bell's too bent. This bell's going to be too bent as well, isn't it? Yep. Come on, come on, come on. I'm trying to do this quick because I got to get out of here, fellas. Here's an RCX 1306. You can see my fingers moving, but can't hear it. That's one of the ways that I can tell if a motor is going to be super vibey or not. But the RPM filtering is phenomenally good. What the RPM filtering can't do is remove the physical vibrations that are going to be in the frame no matter what with these motors. And the problem with that is jello. The split cameras are very sensitive to jello, but I'm going to give these one more shot. So yeah, I'm gonna put these on the Acrobrat, fire up the the RPM filter. Yeah, I can just drop them on, and the filtering is already configured. I'll probably add a little bit more filtering back in, and yeah, we'll see. What I like about these is they have a 3mm motor shaft. What I hate about these is the bearings are shit. The bearings break before the motor shaft bends, and that sucks. You always want the motor shaft to be the weak point and not the bearing, especially if you fucking glue the bearings into the stator like Emax did, which really pisses me off. So, yeah. I'll try them again. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Is that everything? We talk. Oh, VTXs. I gotta give you at least one suggestion on not $30 VTXs. I'm gonna show you the shape that I like. The Pro 32 Nano is the only VTX that's really, really, really small that I trust because it's made by TBS and I know it's going to be made of better components. For a cheap VTX, you want it to be as big as possible to spread the heat out. And the as big as possible for this build is this size. And it's the size of the Eachine VTX 03. And AKK knocked that off. You can get them on Amazon, or I think RDQ has them. Where the hell's the goddamn... where is the video section of their micro gear? Come on. Where did they put it? There it is. Yeah. No, micro mini V. That's what I want. Yeah. Oh right. No, they don't. They don't. I had to send Ben somewhere else for the VTX. Where did I send them? Get FPV. So I don't like any of these. Lots of complaints about this Emax Mini Magnum VTX. You won't. Sterling nice. This guy here is very noisy and too big, like way too big. Panda RC, I just don't know them, and I don't trust them. Furious, I definitely don't trust for VTXs. Let's go over to Get FPV. I think they have one or two good micro VTXs. Micro FPV. And this is the last thing we're going to do. I'm going to shut it down after this. Explain the XM Plus. Nana Mama, the XM Plus is very simple. If when you get it, all you got to do is type in XM Plus wiring into Google Images, and it'll give you a wiring diagram. Or just type in like XM Plus manual, and Google will find the manual for you that explains everything. Or you can go to like Oscar Liang's channel and type XM Plus into Google. Type your question, and at this point, Google is has done so much work with voice-based searches that you can literally type a question into Google, and 90% of the time, regardless of how complex the question is, it'll answer it. So yeah, just do that. Do they have... So this is the size here. This is the size that we want. But Lumineer VTXs tend to be very problematic. which I've actually heard from sponsored pilots of theirs. This is also the size that we want. So just, all right, so that's where I'm going to end this. This is the size that you want. Find a VTX that's made by AKK, Eachine, or damn it, what's the other company that makes good knockoffs? Let me look on Pyrodrone real quick. That'll jog my memory. And we want to go to micros. Oh, come on, guys. Really? Come on, Surge. Where the hell? There it is. And we want VTX. I think Pyro has one of the good VTXs. If not, it's off to Amazon. So I have heard. So this is Eachine ripping off the Pro 32 Nano. I don't know. It's probably really good. Eachine makes incredible VTXs. I have no idea why, but their VTXs are really, really good. This would probably be totally fine, but they make a little bit bigger of a version of this that I've had really good luck with. And again, it's called the VTX 03, and the VTX 03S is the smart audio version of it. And AKK sells a knockoff of that. It'll be called like AKK 03. Nameless, that's it. Nameless RC. Oh, they knocked it off too. Okay. I wouldn't trust the Nameless one. I would go for the Eachine Nano, or like I said, try to find the VTX 03S. And I think, yeah, micro VTXs are a pain in the ass. There's the 32 Nano. Look how small this is. It's absolutely outrageous. It's really, really, really small. ZDK's tried all three of the 400s, Nameless, Eachine, Pro 32, mixed results. Really? Wow. That's aggravating. For the most part, you get what you pay for, so in theory, the TBS one is always going to be better. Eachine, like I said, Eachine makes amazing VTXs. So, yeah, that's where I'm sort of at there. I'm just checking real quick to make sure that they don't have the hidden gem of a micro VTX. Do not get this old discounted Unify Pro Nano. The maximum power is 50 milliwatts, which is not enough. You want at least 200 milliwatts for any rig that you're going to be flying outside, because 200 milliwatts will punch through a tree. 50 or 25 milliwatts will not. You go around the back of a tree with 25 milliwatts and you will lose all your video. Those are the ones. Let me take a quick look at, if you type VTX 03S into Amazon, what the hell happens? No way. Well, it's as expensive as the Pro 32, which is kind of stupid. Let me put AKK in front of it. I didn't think AKK... No, they didn't make a version, a smart audio version, but... Oh, wow. Where'd they go? Oh, I bet you they turned into Crazy Pony. Oh, Wolf Whoop. Wolf Whoop is the other company that I was trying to think of their name. Wolf Whoop, not quite as good as Eachine, but I think they're the same thing as AKK. So, like, if you got... but they don't have smart audio. You know what? Fuck these things. They don't have smart audio. Don't buy a VTX that doesn't have smart audio. It's just better. Being able to do it in the OSD, having to change channels on the button will make you that guy that never wants to change channels when you're flying with other people. So just don't buy any a VTX without smart audio. So there you go. Try to find an Eachine. TBS or Wolf Whoop or AKK VTX that goes up to minimum 200 milliwatts and has smart audio, and try to get either that nano size or one size up. Done. VTXs are a real problem with micros. I've really struggled with them, but the Ishin ones are always awesome, which is very strange. If you're doing a Banggood order, that's where you can get the VTX 03S, and it's cheap as shit. It's like $12, I think. So if you're doing a Banggood order, snag a couple of those because that's an incredible deal. And if you want the best, do the Pro 32 Nano. That's all I've got. My voice is shot. This was super fun, though. I know I missed messages. Sorry, guys. But we'll talk about that next week. I'm going to change the name of the stream as soon as I end it here. Again, Ciotti FPV on Facebook, Instagram, here on YouTube. Subscribe. If you hit the bell button, it'll shoot you an email when I go live. What else? Patreon link down here. Doing some giveaways on there. Most of the giveaways are going to be there. Hopefully it's self-explanatory. I'll see if I can remember to add the $30 tier. What else? Affiliate links. Boom. The Bitly affiliate links go to Get FPV. You'll see there are Banggood ones in there, and there are Amazon ones in there. The way that they work is when you hit one of those links, the link has my info, so that when you do an order on that site, it gives me a small percentage. Amazon too. If you guys are doing Amazon orders, just hit any of my Amazon affiliate links. You don't have to buy the product. You just hit that link and your cookies store my info, and then boom. And then I get a couple bucks and I spend it on this shit so we can talk more about it. That's all. You guys are awesome. My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. And if you don't, you can eat shit. Be good. Fly a lot. And like I said, I'm going to do a surprise stream one of these nights to rebuild this. I might just throw music on and like ignore the chat because you guys ask awesome questions and I'd rather chat with you guys than build, to be really honest with you. So I'll probably just throw music on and do the build. So if you want to watch me do it, hit the bell and you'll get an email when I do a magic secret surprise stream. I'm out this motherfucker. You guys rock. Later.